when's your album coming out?
Well, we got a deadline to get it done in about 2 months here. So, and we're negotiating with lots of people, you know, as far as distribution deals. We got 35 local stores, and then the Christian stores, and then whatever else comes already, you know, for distribution here locally. So whatever happens there.
What's the main message you're trying to get across?
I'm just trying. The main thing is to let people know that there's forgiveness and there's healing, you know, and that they don't have to be going through this. Get through life every day, see what I can get, but to know that God's really there. You know, it's not just a fantasy. That He is there, and He's always reaching out to us. It's just that we do have the enemy there, the devil, that is at work trying to make people think that God's the one that's causing the people to starve, and God's the one that's doing this. God's saying, no, if you'll just believe in me, I'll provide for you. You know? But yet at the same time, what's going on? I think anybody that opens their heart to the truth can see what's going on is the devil's fighting tooth and nail to try and make God look bad. But it's like the Bible says, you can't do nothing against me. If people want to believe a lie, they can believe a lie. But if they just want to open their hearts, they'll see that I'm everywhere. The Spirit of the Lord's everywhere.
What's been going on since last year on Backstage Pass?
I know I got a lot of good reports on it, you know. A lot of people were really excited about it. I mean, they just told me they really could just feel the love and the newness of the reality of everything I'm doing in the music, you know. So, and they loved it. They thought that you were a great interviewer, that you were just real sincere, and it was just really good. Because I shared with a lot of them too. I go, you know, we didn't even have any air conditioning or anything, so we had to kind of.
That was rough.
We had to. Oh man, it was quick. You had to do several interviews too.
Usually do.
But
that's work.
What I really think is so neat about everything is there's a lot of people that are basically being talked to in the Spirit about the same thing. Everywhere I go, there's people going, hey, God's just telling people, why don't they quit? You know, there's religious people out there, why don't they just quit pointing the finger at their brothers, whether they're rock and rollers and whatever industry they're in. Why don't they work together, you know, and quit putting each other down, because that's not doing any good. It's only destroying the reality of the media as it could be. You know, you could reach so much more when you get a group of people working together. It's like an army, you know. You got one platoon doing this trip and the other one out of line. It just doesn't happen. But when you work together, oh man.
So tonight's the reunion of Lossely Tight.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea? What happened to Holy Smoke?
Well, Holy Smoke, we still basically got. It's all there. Everybody's, you know, as the Lord guides, you know, He'll put it together. But God just really told me to do that solo thing about a year ago, and He's opening doors. And I've just learned to just kind of take it easier. I was always, you know, in the past, I used to always try and make things happen, and you know that's okay in ways. But basically, if you just enjoy your music and do what you do and have fun doing it, you know, it's going to happen if it's real. You don't have to really force yourself to do it. Do what you do and enjoy doing it. And if that's happening, people will want it, because people have had a lot of, you know, hey, look at me, power trips. You know, people are really, I know in my own life, I'm real hungry for people just to really just be honest and communicate, be free, and share their creative talents, and come together and see what you can make happen. I think that's why the Beatles were so popular, you know. They were that way. Hey, you know, one guy believes in Jesus, one guy, I'm not too sure about it, but they're not freaking out. They're still loving each other, you know, and that's what's important. I can't live another person's life. You know, I can only share with them what I know in my heart to be true. Whether they think I'm wrong or not, there's times when I'm wrong when I don't even know it.
Why don't you introduce the other main member of the band?
This is Timmy Tate. You might want to talk to Timmy Tate, Joel, and everybody. This is Tim Tate. He's been playing bass with me on and off for about. He's been playing bass with me on and off for about a half a year.
About 2 years.
I mean, a year and a half. So it's about 2 years. And he's working with me on the. It's Tim.
That's great. How long have you been working with him?
About 2 years. He's a great guy to work with. And it's neat working with Dino because it's simple, basic, not trying to get a bunch of complicated theories and a bunch of, you know, wannabe. Just simple, having fun, rocking for God. And that's all we want to do. That's all Dino on camera, Dino off camera, Dino on stage and with the guitar, Dino off. it's the same way.
I basically try to do my best to be the same person, you know. I think you've noticed that.
And I just
and
like
we can have fun.
Yeah, we can have fun. And I'm just a nut. I'm a nut. I'm a total nut. I like hanging out with him because he's a nut in a different way. I'm a nut in a different way. And we just be two nuts in a tree, loving God.
And you know, you were just an advocate. That world needs joy, man. And there's always joy available. We'll just tap into it. You go ahead and talk.
That's cool.
I need you guys closer together, like you like each other.
He's got a powerful song that he's put together. That John Gibson, who's a real powerful lead vocalist, that may be doing something on the album with me that he wrote. He can tell you about that. Tell him about the song "Power of Love."
God gave me a song about about 2 years ago called "The Power of Love." It's just talking about the reality that God is love, and love is powerful. Love is very powerful. And whether people choose to believe it's God or not, the fact of the matter is God is the only true, pure love. And that love is powerful. And man, it's just a simple, beautiful ballad type R&B song.
Nice keyboard arrangements.
Just letting people know that the power of love is really real and it's life-changing. The power of love was what Dino ran into. The power of love is what I've run into. The power of love is what changes things. It's not the power of religion that changes things. It's the power of love. God is love. And it's cool, man. We just have fun. And love God. And so the power of love is what takes kids out of gutters, man. And you know.
Keeps us from being greedy, too.
Yeah. Just having being real.
Well, let's face it, you make a lot of bucks. It's easy to get greedy. You know, and you get a lot of people that are, and hey, let's face it, there's a lot of beautiful women, a lot of beautiful men, brothers and sisters, however you look at it. And if you look at it in the natural, so to speak, and instead of in the reality of what's going on in the hearts, you can really get misled.
Yeah.
And I like to really key in on that in my life. You know, really get to the heart. And the song that he's got there, "Power of Love," a lot of songs have had similar titles, but the arrangement of this song, you can just tell it's something that God would just kind of pour down from heaven to give as a gift to people to say, hey, listen, here's a little something new for you.
Have you gone more metal, or are you staying acoustic?
Well, see, this is the neat combination. He's like jazz, fusion, R&B, and I'm like rock, folk, heavy metal, you know? So, and really right now we haven't decided on a particular drummer, so it's really nice. It's kind of a collaboration of two whole different styles and almost generations. So I'm a little older than Tim, but you know,
not much. It's only because
I'll be a kid forever. You know what I mean? Thanks to the Lord, man. He always makes you younger every day, you know. So it's getting better all the time. But the reality of the music, man, it's exciting, because whether a person's high on whatever, the reality of the music shines through. We're gonna do a song tonight. First song is called "Love Keeps Shining." You know, it doesn't go dull. You know, Joel. A lot of people, it's like they let their love go dull, and that's where you lose it. If you start getting bitter or resentful or unforgiving, that's what goofs even the church at large in the world up. They start getting bitter towards one denomination doing this or one doing that, and then in the secular media, it's like if one rock band gets mad at the other rock band doing this, that's going to happen, you know, until Jesus comes back or whatever. But the reality of it is there's a certain group of people that are going, hey, I want to be real. It's okay if you put me down. I understand, you know. But the reality of it is I choose to love. I choose to forgive. I choose to be happy. And if you have that kind of attitude, no one can steal your joy from you unless you let them. You know, no one can steal your goals and your dreams really unless you let them.
Always believe, man. Never doubt. Always believe.
In those good things, because, you know.
Yeah. Because if you doubt, man, even without God, man, doubting never got anybody anywhere. Doubting of your abilities, doubting what God.
Your Diet Coke will run out.
Yeah, your Diet Coke will run out, man, and you won't be funky.
You have no juice.
You will have no groove.
There's edits, you know, like in the filming industry. If you blow it, you can cut the film and get back up out of the mud, so to speak, and wash yourself up and get back going without getting down or pointing your finger at everybody else, and really enjoy every moment of your life the best you can. You know?
Another thing that I would share with kids is never give up. Yeah, really.
Never
give up. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna make mistakes. but never give up.
Exactly.
Don't give up on yourself. Don't ever stop believing. Don't ever give up. Always, always, always keep going forward. No matter what, keep going. Don't let nothing discourage you. Don't let things tie you down. Do your best to be free and simple, and never give up.
God said you only have to do one thing. He said one thing you must do: be born again. You know, everything else is a product of that. Being born again spiritually,
That's right.
You know, is the starting point.
I heard there's one more thing. There's only one thing that you have to do in life.
Is there one more?
What is
Die.
that? Yeah,
that's true. Well, see,
the rest is all voluntary.
You have to live and you have to die. See?
And you have to be voluntarily reborn.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing you have to do is die.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point. That's a good point. Yeah, you don't. You know, God didn't force you to do nothing. If He forced you to do something, it wouldn't be right. He's powerful and awesome enough to be able to say, "Hey, look, let's be real. If you believe me, you believe me. If you don't, you don't. The choice is up to you."
And that's it. We all have choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's important, because if it wasn't that way, then it would be just like a religious trip or something. Choice is so important. It's in your filmmaking. It's in your writing. It's in your relationship with your wife or your children or whatever, you know. And communication and making of choices is part of creating.
So what happens? You sign a big record contract. You start running around in limousines doing big concerts. Won't there be a chance of it repeating the past?
Well, the only thing I could say is the way it can't repeat as far as the past goes is I realized that when I asked the Lord in my heart, I experienced the miracle working healing power. And since I was born again and asked Jesus in my heart, I've seen multitudes healed through the music and through myself praying for them. But the most important thing people need to realize is when you walk with God, it's so easy. It's nothing. There's no comparison. The things that used to I thought I had to need to relax, things I used to think I had to have to relax myself, I don't need no more, because the peace of God's just there, and the power and the joy. Heaven's worth it all, you know.
Yep.
Living it day by day, forgiving myself when I blow it, you know, or whatever. Doing my best just to be the best person I can be, and not putting anyone down for doing whatever they're doing.
And if I'm around, he ain't gonna be getting back at the same old stuff. I'll beat him up. I know he won't.
That's okay. That's a good point. But I'll be real. I couldn't explain it to you in the right words. I'll be real simple and to the point about it. I don't know if I could choose the right words to explain it. But God just has a way of showing you that what you know, and what you don't, it's up to you to change. And when you know something, and you've seen His power to heal and raise the dead, like He rose Jesus from the dead. A lot of Christians don't even know that. They say they're Christians, but unless a Christian knows that God rose Jesus from the dead, it's a big trip, you know, it's a big lie. He's risen, He's alive, He can do anything right now, and all we have to do is say, Jesus, come into our hearts, blow me away, and I'm free in Jesus' name. And they must be rocking. And this has been a privilege, and we just love everything.
Get behind him.
You get to do a double take. Sorry. God gives me a double portion. All right.